Well, it is a good afternoon and a warm welcome to this unofficial independent off-tube studio commentary of all the action from Ibrox, as it is only the second game in the Scottish top flight, but is the first game at home for Derek McInnes, as he is still newly in charge, of course, of Rangers. In his previous two games, one in Europe on a Thursday afternoon and just over a week ago against Dundee United, yet to pick up all 3 points or get a victory, unfortunately, as the former Gears player. So looking in front of a packed house at Ibrox to come away with 3 points and really get their season kick-started at the second attempt on game week 2. Whereas Hibs, well, they were also involved in European action on a Thursday evening, although they had a scoreline of 2-1. Rangers were defeated by Jaga in Poland at 2-1 after taking an early lead, of course. Well, Hibs, they won by 2-1 in a underwhelming performance, you would have to say. They got the job done. It still felt a little early doors. Players trying to find their feet at the start of the season for David Gray and co. But thanks to Warren O'Hara's late goal, they did beat Skrnelka 2-1 in the end. So they did get the job done. Of course, they did fall to defeat in the first game week to Motherwell. Basically, this time last Sunday afternoon, 2-1. Motherwell went one ahead, then Skipper Boyle scored from the spot. But a late goal from Motherwell means that Rangers at least have a point on the board, whereas the visitors this afternoon are still searching for their first points of the 26-27 Scottish League season. As I said, you've seen pictures of the fans at Ibrox. It's a packed house, always an absolutely bouncing atmosphere, you have to say, at the home of Rangers. Hibs up. They were successful just about 3 months ago. The last time these sides faced was at Ibrox. A 2-1 victory for Hibernian means that I'm sure they will feel a little bit confident coming into this game that they could play party poopers perhaps this Sunday afternoon against Derek McInnes and co. Looking at the 11s, as both teams are just about to make them onto the field of play, a lot of changes for both sides. For Rangers, 6 from the already spoken about 2-1 loss to Jaga in midweek. Couple of debutants as well. Sterling, McCrory, Neil, Chukwani, Diamande and Asgard are out of the 11. Makanya, Dragojevic, Raskin, Devlin, Curtis and Skipper Shankland are back into the lineup for McInnes and co. Whereas Hibs, 4 changes from their 2-1 victory. So a good amount of changes. 1 in defence and a completely new set of attacking threats this afternoon. Paslak, Boyle, Lowe and Elding are out. Kidelj, Suto, Campbell and Megwa are in to the starting 11. For Rangers, looks to be a 4-2-3-1, although seeing a few pictures and stills pre-game, might even be a back 3 or a 3-5-2, but I'll go with what I have written down pre-game. Ivor Panda continues in goal. Seems to be a back 4 of All-Weather Manghania, Emmanuel Fernandez, Turl Romans and Vanya Dragojevic. Midfield duo of Cameron Devlin and Nico Raskin, with Daisuke Yokota and Findlay Curtis the wide threat, with skipper Lauren Shankland supporting and almost as a duo up top with Youssef Chemiti. Whereas Hibernian looks to be the 3-4-3 that David Gray has favoured. In goal, Raphael Selinga, back 3 from right to left of Jason Kerr, skipper Warren O'Hara and Jordan Obita. Adam Mayer off the left as a wing back, Fibelt Kilge as the right wing back, duo in the middle, the heartbeats of Hibernian, Miguel Chaiwa and Josh Mulligan, who was linked with a move away, was Mulligan early this afternoon. To see what performance he puts in. Was the player of the season last year for Hibernian. And it's a forward 3 of Josh Campbell, Anto Suto and Kaya Chokwa Megwa as a forward 3. Quite a narrow forward 3 again. At times it will move to be quite a 4-3-3, if I'm being honest. I've seen a lot of Hibs in the early stages of the season. Obita as a left back, Kilge as a right back. Mayer kind of chucks in a little bit in the middle, and Obita given the licence to drive very high on that left hand side. So both teams, I can assume, will be quite fluid this afternoon. At Ibrox, of course, as I spoke about, they were in action midweek in Europe. You'd have to think there will be maybe half an eye on the second legs to come on that Thursday afternoon going into the evening. Rangers will host Jaga on a Thursday here at Ibrox, whereas Hibs will have to travel to Macedonia to take on Skjelka in their second leg. Just about to get underway in the first half. It will be Hibernian going from left to right in the usual green and white jerseys, white socks and shorts to boot. Rangers from right to left, the horse in the usual home blue strip, white shorts, black socks combo. And it will be Hibs from left to right to get us underway in the first half. Although Josh Campbell is the man over the kick-off, and I don't know if he wants someone else to take it. I think he is. I think he's going to get Megwa to be the man to take. So we are just about to get underway. We are. Suto is the man to take. He goes all the way back to Salinga, and he pumps it long all the way to the left-hand side to get us early underway here at Ibrox. A lovely setting. Of course, it's a magnificent stadium. Such rich history. Always brings the atmosphere, as I spoke about earlier, whether it's a league game, a European game, a big game in Old Firm, for example. And you have to say this is a big game as well. But on the right-hand side early on, Yokota, well, he wanted a free kick. He's definitely going to win the throw-in. It might even be a free kick for one of the several new signings this summer for Derek McInnes. Good amount of them in the starting 11, of course. The likes of club captain Lawrence Shankland, of course, taking him from Hearts to Ibrox with him. Also Devlin. That's a nice ball into Raskins. Tries to spread it wide to the right to Yokota. Not enough for it, but also well read by Obita. Back to the goalkeeper. Salinger pressed down heavily there by Chimiti. And he forces Salinger into a slip and a mistake as his kick away doesn't find Campbell on the left hand side. It only finds Devlin into Raskin. Spreads it out to Yokota on the right hand side. Positive start here for the host. Back goes to the right hand side. Ball flips into the area. Chimiti can't get a hold of it, and it is blocked away. Mulligan picks it up, looks to spray ball to the left hand side early on. Panda comes down about halfway into his own half. Nearly makes a real mistake there. Fernandez, the 6'6" forward, he's always so cool. Almost a Cruyff-esque turn when he was under pressure there. Ball pass in the middle from Devlin though, and Hibernian picked the ball back up. Chaiwa, a little bit too nonchalant on the ball, does lose it, but the heavy touch from Shankland means it rolls to Obita, who picks out a pass to Campbell. His ball into the boxes, nodded away from danger by Fernandez. Hooks forward looking for Chimiti. Nods it down for Yokota, who Hanover 96 man already seeing a lot of the ball early on that right hand side. Romans plays it forward as far as Devlin, who is forced to go back to Romans after a good press here from Hibernian. Dragojevic high on that left hand side, does well to get away from his man Megwa there. He is brought down. I feel that's one that maybe a little bit later on in the game, as the referee, the official this afternoon is Don Robertson at Ibrox, just having a word with the Hibernian forward, just bringing him down. This hole in the arm realistically brings him down to a little bit unneeded. You'd have to say maybe an experience being shown there. Not too sure how to put it more than that. I will say as well, definitely isn't a back three. Is a traditional back four with Devlin and Raskin just dropping a little bit deeper. Dragojevic on the right hand side, seemingly with Romans on the left as they're the fullbacks, Fernandez and Makhanya as the two central defenders. Seemingly they are a little bit short at the back, are Rangers, you'd have to say. Ball from left to right by Fernandez, picks out Yokota. Can he pick out Shanklin? Yes, he can on the right side. Back into the middle, looking for Chimiti, blocked well away by Obita. Lovely move put together there by the host. So backtracking there. Does Dragojevic win it? Yes, he does. The official, well, the linesman kept his flag down, but the referee, Robertson, pulls it back for a free kick. I was a little bit confused there. It didn't look like it was a foul by Yokota on Campbell. Dragojevic involved as well, but the linesman kept his flag down, and the Rangers players in Chimiti and Dragojevic, they thought that it was a foul because they stopped, and Dragojevic was looking at the linesman, looking at the official. Can I go? Can I keep this attack going? In the end, free kick, basically in their own corner flag on the left-hand side for Hibernian. Salinger plays it short to Chaiwa. There's a good press on here from Rangers, looking to force a mistake. Chaiwa, first time, blind reverse pass down the right-hand side, looking for Suter. Well defended and held off there, though, by Romens. Back to Pander. Plays to the right-hand side to Mank Hanya. His ball takes a deflection off the left boot there of Meyer. And a play for a throw-in for Rangers. Lively start. 5 minutes in here at Ibrox. Rangers 0, Hibernian 0. Warm welcome to unofficial, independent off-tube studio commentary of the Scottish top flight league game. First home game of the season for Rangers. Curtis, 1-2 with Chimiti, gets it back. That's a heavy touch from the young winger. Hibernian can't clear their lines, though, as Dragojevic plays it to Yokota on the right-hand side. A good overlapping run. Yokota plays it inside. Heavy touch from Shanklin. Obita, he's forced to clear it away. And although it wasn't a good touch from Shanklin, he did press Obita down, forced him into said clearance. So it will be another Rangers throw. An impressive start here, I'd have to say. As said, a positive play there on the front foot. Pre-game interview, I did hear Derek McKinney speak about that he wanted to use the energy that the fans were going to give them this afternoon. Be on the front foot, be high pressing. Curtis on the left-hand side, fizzes one into the box. It's not a good delivery. That's not a good clearance, though, as Chimiti will keep it. Fernandez swings one out to the right. Yokota may have been offside there, but doesn't make its way to him as Hibs get back on the ball. Again, they just can't keep it. They go long straight away, and it's not a good ball. Yokota tries to go from all the way from right to left at Ibrox. And it's an awkward one for Romens to bring down. And the left full-back takes a heavy touch. I don't blame him because it was coming out of the Scottish sky. Goes out of play for a Hibernian throw-in. Maybe 15 yards inside their own half on the right side. Right in the dugouts almost. He's a Kerr with a long throw-in, looking to be nodded on by Megwa. Well, he doesn't nod it on, but he does win another throw-in in a more dangerous position for the visitors. Mulligan back to Kerr, and now into the man with the armband on this afternoon, O'Hara. He's a central centre-back. Kerr to the right, Obita to the left. Nice ball down the left to Campbell, tries to pick out a ball, but blocked away by the duo of Dragojevic and Mac Hanya. So it will be the first corner of the game, and it will go the way of the visitors. As I said on Thursday evening, they did score from a corner to them 2-1 lead against Skendia. It was a messy one. It was a lovely ball into the box. Great header by Kerr that was saved, and O'Hara, right place, right time. He just kind of stuck out a left leg and ended up in the back of the net. It will be an out swinger from Obita. Usually good delivery, floats one into the back sticks, dealt with by Rangers. Fernandez, that's a good header away. Campbell will keep the ball, of course, for Hibernian. And then Kilge plays it back to Salinger. So go wide to the right-hand side. Campbell and Suter are there. They can't get in each other's way. So one of them wins the header, but then as soon as they do, they almost collide and take each other out. Scrappy in the middle. That's a good interception there by Curtis. Shanklin quickly to the right hand side to Yokota. Needs some support. Looks like he wants to cut inside. He's got Dragojevic now to his right-hand side. He has cut into a more central position. Romans. Curtis out on the left-hand side. Well, he could find a delivery there. Raskin. Ball into the box. It's a good one. Headed away though by of course. Raskin. He didn't start on Thursday evening, trying to get himself back to full fitness after beating in North America over the summer, of course, for Belgium. Instead, man ball into the box looking for the run of Chimiti. Too much on it. Into the arms of Salinger. I just feel that Rangers are on top, of course, but just apologies. The referee is off to the VAR. There was a bit of a pause in play there. So he is having a look at something in the penalty box from the previous Hibernian corner. Now there is Dragojevic, Kerr's involved. There's a lot of pushing and shoving. And I think the referee is going to give Hibs a penalty. Looks like Dragojevic is almost grabbing the himself and Kerr, the two men lined up against each other, I should say. Dragojevic almost turns his body away from the ball. It kind of grabs him in what you would call in Greco-Roman wrestling, is you would grab them behind the neck to kind of take control. And he is given a yellow card, is Vanja Dragojevic, and it is a penalty for Hibernian. What a big chance this is. Something that I caught, if I'm being bluntly honest, from the corner. And I wondered why Chimiti had stopped pressing down. Salinger was on the ball. There was a little bit of miscommunication between everyone, so apologies for that. And the referee's issued over for a check for VAR. So what an opportunity this is for Hibernian to take the lead. Dragojevic with a foul on, I believe it'll go down against Kerr. So Hibs, they haven't kept a clean sheet, have Hibernian in their last 13, but could they take the lead here at Ibrox? Both these sides, both teams to score in the last 5 out of the last 6 for Hibs, 9 out of the last 10 for Rangers. Massive opportunity here for Hibernian. Campbell will be the man to step up, one of the players into the lineup this afternoon. Steps up, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, and Hibernian on the stroke of the 12th minute mark have the lead at Ibrox after a lot of pushing and shoving and a foul by VAR, saying to the referee Don Robertson, you might want to have a look at this. Penalty given, ball from Dragojevic, but that wasn't poor at all from Josh Campbell. What a penalty, cool, calm and collected. It's a lovely penalty, just watching back the penalty, as it was given as well. It's one of them that it is that much in the corner that Pandu, I think it would take a really good save for him to come away with a saving that if he does dive the right way. Of course, it looks a little bit better for Josh Campbell, the 26-year-old Scottish winger, to score. Of course, he sent him the wrong way. Closing in on 180 appearances for Hibernian. And he does give his side the lead from the penalty spot. Ball over the top now, looking for Chimiti. Possible handball. There's going to go for a strike. It goes wide. Oh, the mark. Looks like his arm was, he was trying to put it down on his chest. Might have come off his shoulder, not too sure. Lovely idea, and ball from Fernandez. He was in a very wide, awkward position. Going for the shot, there was no one in support. Maybe he could have held it open and waited for some support from his teammates, but not the start that Derek McInnes would have wanted to make. In his previous 2 games, he went behind against Dundee United in the first league game of the season, did take the lead very early on against Jaga in Poland on Thursday afternoon. You can see they 2 in around 10 minutes or so to go 2-1 down. Well, 13 and a half minutes in here And it's Rangers 0, Hibernian 1. Warm welcome to anyone joining. It's not being a warm welcome for Derek McKinnon in his opening 14 minutes at Ibrox. Fernandez back to Pandu. Maybe just a little bit of control is needed here for Rangers. Back to Fernandez. I'm sure if they do get a set piece, corner or free kick, he's going to be one of the main men for Rangers. 6'6", he's always a menace in the boxes, Fernandez. Devlin sitting in between the two centre-backs. Shankland dropping deep. Quick first-time pass to Emmanuel Fernandez. Left-hand side for Romans. Ball forward to Chimiti. Cuts back to Curtis. Few step-overs from the winger. Back to Raskin. Wanted to put a ball into the box, faked it a few times, still has it, but under a bit of pressure from Mulligan. Curtis. Raskin fizzes one, takes a wicked deflection, falls outside the area for Devlin, but it looks like a foul's been given against Chimiti. Looks like as he was stretching for the ball, I want to say it's Kerr who just got his outstretched right leg to it. That cross from Devlin, but caused a lot of problems. It's on a Chaiwood, apologies. Chimiti fouling Chaiwood as they both were going for the ball. The Hibs man got the ball first, and Chimiti just took his leg there for a moment. See both managers now in shot on the touchline. David Gray keeping a cool and calm, composed look to himself, but I can imagine he's also thinking, oh, it's great we're 1-0 up here, but we are very early on in this fixture. In front of a rowdy Ibrox crowd, you never know what can happen. Shankland rolls it onto Curtis on that left-hand side, pokes it into the area. It's a poor cross in. I know we're early on, but Rangers' quality in the final third has been poor so far. Here come Hibs on a counter-attack. Good tackle there from Mark Hanya into Poland. Is it short to Raskin? Romens to the left-hand side to Curtis, and back centrally just inside his own half to Raskin. You feel if he can work his magic, he can be a man with just one pass can open up a defence. He could open up this Hibernian defence. Dragojevic wide to Yokota. It's back inside. Being hassled and hurried by Mayer. Macanya. Short to Fernandez. Just feel that Rangers haven't really found their rhythm or their groove at all so far. Fernandez, lovely ball into Shankland, tries to find his strike partner in Chimiti, but it's intercepted well. Now there's a counter-attack on for Hibs, but sweeper keeping there from Ivor Pandu, and he'll clear it away. Ends up at the feet of Curtis. He's driving forward on the left. Looks a cut back inside. A little bit too obvious there. And Kildulj. Nice tackle from the man play on that right-hand side of the Hibernian defence. They do come away with the ball. Chaiwo under pressure. One. Shankland, edge of the area. Back to Devlin. He's going to go for a strike. Doesn't get it all though. And straight down the throat of the goalkeeper, Raphael Selinger. Chaiwo there just dilly-dallying on the ball. What tackle from Devlin to win it. Shankland picks out his teammate, but that touch there, it just slows it down. He did have Chimiti and Yokota to his right. That definitely would have been the better option. Selinger, that's a nice first-time pass out to Campbell. Takes it down to Megwood, down the right-hand side for Campbell. Can it get there? He can, but it still goes out of play for a Rangers goal kick. Nice attempt though. You can see what Megwood was trying to do. Just a little bit less on a good run from Campbell as well, who's been mostly on that left-hand side. So when you get someone making that run, it's always going to make it a little bit more awkward, isn't it? Now Rangers back in possession. They have controlled possession so far, although I don't think I could say they have controlled the game. The host, you can see Raskin there just saying to his teammates, get up the pitch. We need to get into the Hibernian half. We need to be a bit more positive, a bit more aggressive with our play, possibly. Devlin into Kanya, and again it's Fernandez does free the defensive midfielder in Devlin and Raskin, along with the two centre-backs. They've seen the most of the ball for Rangers, which when you're 1-0 down isn't exactly what what you want to be hearing. Raskin into possession there. To switch it wide to the right. It's an awkward one for Dragojevic to bring down, but chests it nicely on the right hand side and on the halfway line of the two Rangers centre backs. Fernandez, tidy pass into Raskin. Yokota, it's caught up in his feet, but does well to keep a hold of the ball. Devlin back to Yokota. Can he pick out a pass? Well, he can, but he's forced back into Dragojevic. It's patient play from Rangers, you'd have to say. Again, we're just into the 20th minute mark, so there's a long way to go in this Sunday afternoon clash at Ibrox. Ball whipped out to Romens on the left, swings the ball into the box. A good block away on the right. Got it back into a dangerous area. It's well won in the air there by Chaiwa against Yokota. His header, though, does go out of play for a throw-in on the left-hand side. Devlin. Again, they're looking for those long-ranging passes. Now the two defensive midfielders for Rangers, but there just seems to be no movement. Hibs are sitting back and weathering a bit of storm, as we would say. Yokota on the right could do with a little bit of help. Tries to find a ball into the box. Goes all the way to the left-hand side. There's no one there. Chimiti, though, will pick it up, so they will keep possession. And it's attack up. Devlin rolls it into the feet of Raskin into the area. Looking for Shankland. A heavy touch once again from the Rangers skipper. Dragojevic will keep it alive, though. Left-hand side, Curtis. This is much better link-up play. Back to Curtis with a 1-2. Edge of the area. Strike comes in, and the strike goes just wide from Dragojevic, after being the man responsible for giving away that penalty that was coolly dispatched by Campbell. You can imagine that he'll be thinking, I'd love to get on the score sheet or assist, do something to was back in the game. Vanja Dragojevic starting his first game for Rangers this season. Came on off the bench in midweek in Poland. Long ball forward, nodded down by Hibs, and Campbell is clipped at the heels. Devlin's not happy, but I don't know if that's a bit of frustration already just boiling a little bit over. So a free kick coming up for Hibernian in a dangerous situation here. 21.5 minutes on the clock. Well, Beta, usually the man to take set pieces. Looks like it's Adam Mayer, the left wing back, who is over it. He's very central. Obita usually with those quite flat-floated kind of deliveries. Might be more of a whipped-in one. It is. Going to the back six, looking for Campbell. Just a bit too much on it. I believe Chimiti nodded that off of the Hibernian defender. Yes, he did. Really well defended there by Chimiti. He's a good aerial force and presence, but usually, of course, you'd think to be more in the attacking box and the opposition's box, looking to nod it in the back of the net. That's poor out from Rangers. They looked at just a little bit, and I say a little bit off it, way off it at the moment, are Rangers. Have the ball at the back with Pandur inside his own 6-yard box. Hibernian with a good press on here. Fernandez over the top. Nice play out though. You know what, credit to Rangers here, they've done well. Findlay Curtis down the left hand side, tries to take it past Mulligan. Ball into the box, takes a slight deflection, but it is nodded away and out for a throw-in. Curtis takes it quickly and short into Raskin. He's going to swing one into the box. It's a good one. Header is put wide by O'Hara. Had to get there first, because if not, that was a lovely ball in from Raskin there. That's when you just, every single time he's tried to do that, he's been closed down. That's the one time that either a Mulligan, a Killshot, Chiba, one of the defensive players on that side where Raskin's attacking, hasn't got over to him, and he put a great ball into the box. Now it will be an in-swinger, seemingly from Curtis. Fizzes one into the box. It's a good delivery, but it's exceptionally dealt with by Hibernian. Romans picks it up on the halfway line, puts it back into a dangerous area. Fernandez flicks it on to Yokota, switches from right left and tries to take his man down the line. Does well into the box. Can he pick out a teammate? He can. It's cleared off the line. Chimiti with a strike. He'd have beaten the goalkeeper for all the world after a great play from Yokota. I thought that's Rangers back in it, but a great clearance off the line. I want to say it was Megwa. Definitely see from a replay who it was, but now Rangers have defending to do, and Yokota's the man to get back. That was lovely from the man who only signed, well, less than a week ago, Daisuke Yokota. He was mightily impressive there in an attacking sense, and you can imagine the fans at Ibrox, you see him getting back as well. That just adds to their love and adoration for a new signing. Curtis down the left-hand side. I will say now Rangers are finding a groove. Rangers are finding a rhythm. 25 minutes on the clock. Rangers 0, Hibernian 1. A warm welcome if you are joining. Good afternoon. Unofficial independent off-tube studio commentary on the action from Ibrox. To say Rangers 0, Hibs 1. Campbell from the penalty spot on the 12th minute mark, the difference maker. Forward come Rangers. Yokota, ball into the box, doesn't beat the first man. It's cleared away and out for a throw-in. First time the ball's gone out into Trimiti opportunity, so it's a good chance to be able to see it. Yokota did so well to take it past his man, and he did even better, because how many times do you see someone, a winger, a forward of any kind, take it past the player, and then they can't find the ball into the box. The final pass, final delivery, if you will, is poor. Nothing of the sort there from Yokota. And if not for that Hibs defender being on the line, as I say, I want to say it was a Megwa. But as I was watching the replay, it was cut back to the live feed as Rangers were coming forward, as they are again. Shankland. Left hand side for Curtis. Ball into the box, looking for Chimiti. Obita just hacks it into the air, and it comes down into the arms of Raphael Salinger, who was beaten with that Chimiti effort. Ball forward, looking for Campbell, too much on it. Tries to almost scorpion kick-esque to keep it in play as it was over his head. But out of play for a Hibernian throw-in. But the last 5 minutes or so has been much better from Rangers. Looking much more confident, creating better chances. Ball over the top, looking for Yokota down the right-hand side. Mayer's got the jets on, and Kerr as well, just to let it trickle out of play. That's in front of Yokota. Well defended there by Hibernian. David Gray once again, seeing him. I think he's taken a seat this afternoon. He's marching up and down the Ibrox touchline. It's a great start. He will know that, of course. Salinger, ball forward. Well, Fernandez is going to win that header against Campbell every single day of the week and twice on Sundays. Raskin to Mark Hanya in possession and control of the game. He's still going the way of Rangers. Romans to Curtis there, linking up a lot neater, I would say, in the last few moments. Raskin, whenever he gets on the ball, you feel that, I said it earlier, but one pass can unlock a defence, and that's the ability that he does hold. Dragicevic over the top, chested down by Chimiti. Shanklin looks to nod it on, looking for the run of Yokota. That's last off of Dragicevic, a bit of head tennis there. So Hibernian throwing on the left hand side. It'll be Obita to take. Looks to go long. We'll see. Hibernian looking to be just a bit more direct than Rangers are. They're not bothered about the goalkeeper playing out from the back at the moment. I don't think Salinger's gone short once. I think he's gone long every single time that he's had the option on the ball. Fernandez. Look at the stats so far. 80% possession for Rangers. 4 shots, 2 on target. Hibernian, 20% possession. 1 shot on target, 1 goal. I know it was from the penalty spot, so it's what a chance it is. At the moment, is it a possible smash and grab? Possibly here for Hibernian. Back-to-back wins at Ibrox would be the reward for 3 points here, and their first points on the board in the league season, of course. Raskin, poor heavy touch there. Loses it to Megwa. Megwa tries to play a pass short for Campbell, but Devlin's the man who intercepts it, but in intercepting it, it's a heavy touch and rolls out of play for a throw-in. One of the Rangers fans, you can almost feel the frustration in Ibrox, seeing the director's suite, a lot of well-known Rangers faces. I assume that they know that themselves, that Derek McInnes will be feeling the pressure right now, feeling the frustration. Ball down to the left-hand side. Kilja. Shiwa back to Obita. Mayer down the line, too much on it. Fernandez picks the ball back up, goes back to Pandur, under a bit of pressure from Suter. Gets the ball away though, only as far as the centre to Kerr, and then picked up by Campbell. Couple of heavy touches there, and Shanklin will win the ball. Needs support of blue jerseys. Nice right foot, outside of the right foot pass to Curtis on the left hand side. Always wants to cut inside those, Curtis. Quite slows the counter down though. Dragojevic, Devlin, back to Raskin. Romans down the left. Rangers with Mark Hanya keeping the ball nicely here, but there's no real penetration to that final third, is what you'd have to say. Macanya into Fernandez. Dragojevic looking for space. Shikota. He's had the best piece of play of the game so far for a Rangers man. Out to the edge of the area to Raskin. Well intercepted from Chiwa. Now Mulligan picks it up. He's not going to have too much support here. Good tackle in the middle by Devlin. Comes away with the ball. Into the feet of Raskin. That's a poor pass to Curtis, but he still comes away with it. Ball put forward for Chimiti. Heavy first few touches, but he comes away with the ball. Finds one into the box just over the head of Yokota. Out of play for Hibernian goal kick. 32 minutes into this game. 31.5 on the clock. Got into the 32nd minute. The Rangers 0, Hibernian 1. Top flight of Scottish football continues to roll on. Celtic were big 5-1 winners early this afternoon. I'm sure Rangers would love to match that in some point, and it's still a scoreline possibility. Well, the Celtic were 3-0 up by half-time against Kilmarnock in an impressive performance, and Casper Hoyt with a hat-trick, the new signing. Don't want to speak too much on rumours, but there was also a rumour of Chimiti possibly receiving some bids of Rangers for the former Everton forward. Getting quite late in the window as well, isn't it? So surely you'd want to be selling, and teams knowing you've got money. That man Chimiti on the ball, 1-2 with Shanklin, puts it back across the face of goal. Just no one there in a blue jersey, but once again a nice move from the horse. Hibernian, the packed into their own half. They can't get out at the moment. They're finding it really awkward. Rangers really controlling this game. You'd say maybe if it was 0-0, then maybe frustration wouldn't be there, but you do maybe if get the equaliser before half-time. Yokota down the right, he's been ever so impressive, still has the ball, cuts inside on his left, fakes it back onto his right, ball into the box, blocked off of Mayer. Mayer was on him like glue, was great defending, great forward play. He does win inside a corner, does Yokota. Looked a bit frustrated there, but Devlin does come over and almost says to him, look, you're playing fantastic. keep it up. Don't get frustrated with yourself. We've got a long way to go in this game. Will be an outswinger from Curtis from the far side. I imagine that Fernandez might be the target of this. Decent ball in, headed away by Obita. Edge of the area, strike comes in. Has to be put wide there. Great stop from Salinger. I know it's kept him well by Mulligan, who's going to look to drive forward for Hibs. What a sweet strike that was on his left boot by Romans. Every few touches from Kelger. And this game is opening up a little bit. I think that's what Rangers could do with his pushing back a little bit, giving some space in behind the Hibs back line. Romans, Devlin, back to Shanklin, keeps it alive. Is he taken down just inside the area? Referee says no. That though will be a foul. Yes, I believe that was Devlin. He's a midfielder who likes to get involved, as the former Hearts man's watching back from Shanklin. I don't think it's a I don't think that's a penalty at all. Even maybe a free kick. Obita, I don't know where he could have gone, if we're being honest. There is a bit of a problem here because Schmitti is down out of the pitch, off the field where the advertising boards are. Watch a replay of this. It was Roman's shot. Slices it in the best ways into the top corner. Schmitti chases it down. Mulligan and goes for the ball. Him and Schmitti have a bit of a coming together, and he doesn't hit the advertising boards, but it's an awkward one. Rangers aren't going to have to make a substitution. Well, I spoke that Schmitti was linked with a move away. I don't think that's going to come to fruition now because we're not sure about the injury. He's going to be coming off, and the Dairy as I'm coming on. That's not what Rangers will have wanted in the slightest. So that leads to the change, getting full confirmation of that. Ball over the top, nodded away. As far as Fernandez, who will clear it long, so you can imagine the Dairy will still play up top with Shanklin. That won't change at all. As I said earlier about a possible free at the back, 3-5-2. The more the game does go on, the more it does seem that it's a free at the back with Mancan, Fernandez and Romans as a back three almost. Dakota on the right as a wing back, left hand side Curtis with Raskin, Devlin and Dragojevic midfield three, and the forward two of now, of course, Skipper Shankland and Naderi. As again now the frustration, just a little bit, they've just lost the ball there and it's out for a throw-in for Hibs. Megwa to take, halfway into the Rangers half on the right hand side. Mulligan, back it goes to O'Hara. Obita stretching his legs down that left hand side into Mayer, 1-2. Obita will get it back in a good position, fishes it into the area, looking for his teammate. Can he find him? Yes he can, but unfortunately Kilge is forced to play it back out. Ball comes in and now Hibernian have got a chance to make it 2-0 in the 38th minute. Ball down the right hand channel looking for Suter. Back onto his favoured left, pokes one forward for Campbell, back into an area. Kilge with a strike. Showstopper from Kilge. Just got underneath it, did the Hibernian midfielder, playing in a more forward position this afternoon. Campbell, lovely ball into Campbell from Suter. It's a great first touch from Kilge as well to just run across his body, take that first touch, sets himself well, just gets underneath it. Watching the replay back, that's poor from Pander from a goal kick, just almost, he plays it short, looking for the run of Romans on the left hand side. Well overhit that one was. So Hibernian get the ball back to move it quickly from right to left to Obita. Campbell dropping deep. Mulligan under pressure from Shanklin, but gets the ball away. That's a poor pass in the middle from Megwa. Raskin wins it. And then Mulligan times his tackle there to absolute perfection. And Hibs come away with the ball. It is a lovely sunny afternoon at Ibrox, but no one's enjoying that weather. The visiting Hibernian fans, you'd have to say. Kilge battling for a header forward. He's won. Shaw into Raskin. Manhanya. Fernandez. Tries to quickly get it out to Romans. He'll go along looking for the run here of Nader. He tries to nod it back to Shanklin. Good header away from Obita. Can't say the same from Megwa. So a couple of headers coming in outside the area. Strike comes in and it's just wide from Dragojevic. He had a really nice strike that he just sliced and was always going wide earlier on. That one just fell nicely for the youngster. Oh, it's not far away as well. It almost hits the side netting, if you will. It's one of them as well, where also, we've all been there, you see the ball fall for you at such a nice angle. You never want to take that away from him, from taking that big chance there. It would have been a lovely strike if it went in the back of the net. 40 minutes played here at Ibrox. Rangers 0, Hibernian 1. Warm welcome to those joining. Unofficial, independent off-tube studio commentary over Scottish top-flight football. It's Sunday afternoon. Rangers 0, Hibernian 1. Josh Campbell's penalty in the 12th minute separating the two sides at the moment. Fernandez switches it to the right to the man who gave away the penalty, Dragojevic. He'll swing a ball into the box, too much on it. The battle between Shanklin and Megwa to come away with a throw-in, seemingly. That will be Rangers who do get said throw-in. Raskin, Romans tries to take it past his man, but he's defended well by Shooter. There will be a throw-in and Romans will take it. Goes back to Curtis. Fernandez. Dragojevic into a man who's been really lively this first half. Yokota created the best chance for Rangers, no doubt about that one. Manhanya. Left to Romans, and Devlin looks to pass. It's blocked away. As far as Manhanya, he might be happy to go for a shot here. No, finds a nice pass forward to Nadarian. His cross is blocked and out for another Rangers corner. Chance to end the half on a high. Opportunity to get the equaliser in the last few minutes of the first half. Outswinger from Curtis. Good delivery dealt though by Hibernian. Only back to Curtis, who swings it back out to Yokota. Strike comes in, blocked away at source. They know as far as Dragojevic. Ball swung into the box there. Devlin, about 30 yards out centrally, looking for that pass that can unlock the defence. Dragojevic. Yokota. One into the box, nodded away on as far as Raskin, his chance over the bar. And always rising, unfortunately. Has to play it down here for Hibs. He's getting back up his Chiwa, so just watching it back, I think it's a bit of a double whammy, if you will, watching it back, because he gets a bit of a boot from Strywell is now back up to his feet. 90 seconds of the first 45 remain, and stoppage time of the first half to come. At the moment, it is Rangers who lead. Rangers 0, Hibernian 1. Apologies, I should say Rangers chasing Hibernian who lead. Apologies. That Josh Campbell penalty in the 12th minute, the difference maker. That's a mistake in the middle by Hibernian. Rangers win said free kick, take it short, just inside of the Hibs half. He caught it more narrow, more centrally. 1-2 with Dragojevic into the last minute of the first half. Fernandez, you know, he don't mind a pop from far range as well. Ball over the top looking for Naderi, just always stretching for it. Ended up being Raskin who was there as well. And I believe it's the Belgian midfielder. Yes, it is. Watching it back is a man who gets a touch onto it. Great movement from Raskin. I can't knock that. The man who's been playing defensive midfield for the majority. And he's a defensive midfielder right next to Devlin. It's great run, great timing, I have to say. It is a goal kick though for Hibernian. Salinger pumps it long. Fernandez just lets it roll across his body, just gets himself in the way, too big and strong. Here's a Rangers defender. 45 minutes have been played. Looks like 2 minutes. Yes, 2 minutes. Oh, the stoppage time have been given, of course, by the VAR for the penalty. And the penalty itself, we haven't had too many stoppages, so I would say it's a positive one. Poor pass out there. Here come put forward to the right hand side for Campbell. Cuts it back onto his left. Strikes blocked away. Only as far as Shywat. Mayer on the left hand side. Down the byline. Ball is blocked and out of play. So I spoke about Rangers maybe taking momentum and heading into the second half with a bit of confidence. At the moment, looks like it might be Hibernian who do just that. They will have a corner. I've seen pictures of he's defending this one, but Fernandez usually takes charge of most corners, defending them for Rangers. You've got O'Hara and Kerr making a nuisance of themselves in there. Into the front post, flicked on by Mulligan. Strike is blocked. It's still in a dangerous area, and strike goes wide. Big opportunity there for Hibernian. I believe that was Shuto who got on the end of it. It was bobbling around in a dangerous area. It's Shuto. He's stretching to get there. Obito with a great just flick on. Just can't make it work, unfortunately. No apologies, it's another corner. So with about 15 seconds left of the first half, Hibs have the opportunity to end it. 2 goals up. Referee Don Robertson just having a word with Macania and Kerr. Will be an in-swinger from the near side on the right. Decent ball in. Fernandez heads it wide for another corner. Just one of them where Rangers defensively will know that's a good. Derek McInnes is already making his way down the tunnel as the referee has blown for half-time. Apologies, with another corner coming up. I thought the referee was going to let the corner play out, but at half-time Rangers yet to find their groove and rhythm at Ibrox in the opening home game of the season. Hibernian, after a VAR check, were given a penalty in the 12th minute, dispatched by Campbell. As half-time at Ibrox, it is Rangers 0, Hibernian 1. I'll be back shortly with a second. Well, it is a warm welcome back and a good afternoon to all that are tuning in to unofficial, independent, off-tube studio commentary of all the action from Ibrox as Rangers take on Hibernian. The second game week of the Scottish top flight. It is currently Rangers 0, Hibernian 1. All the Rangers with maybe definitely over 80% possession, probably pushing 85%. Hibernian, after the referee had a VAR review for a foul by Dragojevic on, looks to be Jason Kerr, pulled it back for a penalty, yellow carded Dragojevic and stepped up to Josh Campbell in the 12th minute, sent the goalkeeper Ivor Pander the wrong way. Hibs have led ever since. They ended the half very well, did Hibs, with a handful of chances, nothing really concrete about it in terms of top-tier chances, but they really pressured Rangers in those last few moments. Rangers, their best chance, well, they did beat the goalkeeper through Youssef Chimiti. Lovely play down the right-hand side from Yokota. Quick feet from the summer signing, pulled it back, got his head up. It was a great pass into Chimiti. He'd beaten Salinger in the Hibs goal, but a clearance off the line ensured that Hibs kept their 1-0 lead. Looks to have been a substitution at half-time as it's a late foul there as well by shooter on Romans, as he does go into the referee this afternoon, Don Robertson's book. So a yellow card for Anto Shooter. He goes into the book along with Vanja Dragojevic. As I said, do you want to get full confirmation? I do believe it is Mohamed Diamande is on to the field of play. Definitely see a number 10 out there for Rangers. Of course, as I was speaking about Chimiti, he did have to come off after picking up a bit of a knock. I'm not sure the extent of the injury, but he is off the field, and Ryan Don-Naderi came on just after half an hour, give or take. Well, full confirmation of the substitution. Well, it is the man who was yellow carded in the first half. Vanja Dragojevic, he's off the field, and Mohamed Diamande is on to the field of play. So I can imagine that might even be more of a tactic tweak for Derek McInnes. Dragojevic was playing a bit of a hybrid of a midfield and full-back role. Of course, I know it's quite modern in the game for inverted wing-backs, inverted full-backs, and full-backs instead of the traditional keeping the width of almost going in midfield to overload in certain areas. That's exactly what Dragojevic was doing. He had two really good strikes as well in the first half, did Dragojevic, but nothing that tested the goalkeeper. Flash wide of Salinger's goal. Hibernian pick up the ball in the middle. Back to Mulligan. His pass will find Kilge. Campbell trying to split back quickly to Mulligan. It's a poor pass picked up by Naderi. Yokota, a few heavy touches there. He thought he was pulled back there, looking at the referee Robertson, but he says no, it's a poor pass from Shiwa. Yokota's going to press it down, wins it. Devlin might have been caught, but the attack will continue with Diamande driving forward. Got Shankland to his left. I'm not quite sure as well, I will be brutally honest, I'm not sure what the formation is for Rangers. There was a hint it might be a free at the back coming into the second half, but Romans is a part of that free. It's as high as a centre-back can get. Ball out to Shankland, back to the edge of the area. Curtis with the first-time shot. Was caught underneath him, just a little bit underneath his feet and leaning back as well. The winger looks to be that he's actually playing more at right back in place of where Dragojevic was. Findlay Curtis instead on that left hand side. So quickly, the full 11s looks to be, at least from, as I say, what I'm reading at the moment. Pander in goal, back four of Curtis at right back, Romans at left back with Fernandez and Makhanya as the two central defenders, Devlin and Raskin in the middle, and just almost a front four, if you will, of Diamande, Skipper Shankland at Yokota and Naderi. Of course, Rangers only have 3 substitutions left, but by making that substitution at half-time, they do obviously have 2 blocks left. They use one of the 3 in the first half for the substitution for Naderi, so that's something to keep in mind as well. Whereas for Hibernian, Salinger is in goal, back 3 from right to left of Kerr, O'Hara the skipper and Obita. looks to be a midfield four, as I say, of Megwa, Mullinger, Chaiwa and Mayer. And a forward three that's quite fluid, I'd have to say, of Campbell, the now kind of shoot up, and Kilge, who I had down as a right wing back, but definitely he's more of that front three with Megwa on the right hand side as a wing back. 5 minutes into the half, ball over the top, too much on it, and Raphael Salinger, the Hibs number one, come out and pick it up. Poor pass there from O'Hara after pressure put underneath him, looking for the pass to Obita, too much on it, and it will only find out of touch as Rangers from the throw-in. I'm sure Derek McGuinness, he'll know better than I. The Ibrox crowd will always be behind Rangers, but frustration will build the longer this stays at 1-0, even at 1-1 at the moment. Hibernian picking up their first points, their first 3 points as well, of the new season. Did lose this time last week to Motherwell 2-1 at Easter Road. Thanks to O'Hara's late goal, though, on Thursday evening against Skendia, they were victorious in Europe on Thursday evening, whereas Rangers drew against Dundee United. So they've got points on the board, but looking for the first victory under Derek McInnes. One in the middle by Mulligan. Forward, it will go. Well defended there by Rangers in the end. Mac Hanya. Clever defending. Mulligan driving forward. He was waiting for Kilge to make the run, and it was a well-timed run, well-timed pass from Mulligan. He just picks it off of Devlin, who was, again, just a little bit nonchalant in the middle. Both midfielders from both sides have been culpable of that this afternoon. Chai was done it a few times, Devlin did it then. Mulligan was on his A game, though, picked out a nice pass to Kilge. It was just well defended. Macania cleared it, but cleared it off of the Hibs forwards. Going out for a goal kick, and Rangers once again with possession. Just over 6 minutes into the second half. Rangers 0, Hibernian 1. Unofficial independent off-tube studio commentary with all the action from Ibrox. Curtis strike is blocked, falls for Diamandi, who goes for a strike. Saved well away by Salinger that time. Much better from Rangers. That Curtis strike as well. I'd definitely get a better chance as well to see from behind the goal. Whether Salinger saves it or not is a different question. It was definitely going on target. Maybe Salinger had it covered, I'm not too sure. We'll never know, of course. And Diamandi, with the first time strike, it was a curling effort, stung the palms of Salinger. But it was a good clearance away from the keeper. He didn't just save it into the path of an on-running forward. He saved it well. Dakota, quick feet once again, driving forward, plays it to the edge of the area for Shanklin, cuts back inside. Should have taken it first time or played it to the left-hand side to Romans. Hibbs looking for a counter-attack with Fernandez. Right place, right time, great interception from him. Ball into the middle for Raskin. He is pulled back there by Campbell, but he keeps hold of the ball and finds Dakota on the right-hand side. There's an overlapping run from Curtis. He slows it down. Centrally for Raskin. Curtis is definitely playing at right back. Raskin, ball into the boxes. Affected off the left boot of Campbell. Macanya to Diamandi. Curtis. Raskin into Diamandi. That's a lovely ball forward for Naderi. Instead of taking a touch, though, Naderi lets it run. By letting it run, it runs all the way back to Salinger in the Hibs goal. Right hand side for Megwa. Mulligan pass to O'Hara, puts his skipper under a bit of pressure, and then Salinger quickly away to Obita. That's another poor pass from Salinger. Not the first time this afternoon he's put a poor pass out to Obita. That's the third occasion he's done that to his left centre back. Imagine Obita's just looking like, well, it'd be nice if you rolled me, played me one nice pass this afternoon. I'll say once again, it is a lovely sunny afternoon at Ibrox. I can't have any complaints about the weather. Raskin. Shankland. First time pass fizzed out to Yakota. Shankland's really struggled to get involved in this game. Devlin, he sells Fernandez short there, but he's too strong. That's a poor pass to Romans as well. I said this in the first half. I don't want to give too much grief to Rangers, but they do look off the boil in this game. I did watch them on Thursday afternoon against Jaga in Poland. I thought they played some great football. Now that is some good football. Yokota sprays it to the left to Romans. First time ball in. Does that take a deflection for the fullback's sake? I hope it does. By his reaction, I'm going to believe it didn't. And it's out of play for a Hibernian goal kick. Rangers really need to book up their ideas. Seen pictures, of course, of Derek McInnes. He will know more than others. The former Rangers player. I've just seen like Hibs bench there. A bit of movement, like Nathan Lowe perhaps ready to come on. He did start the last 2 games and he was out of the 11 for this afternoon. Great tackle there from Romans. Ball forward by Devlin, looking for Shanklin and Naderi. Naderi knocks it down for Shanklin on the left hand side of the penalty area. Floats one into the box, looking for Yokota. Will it fall for him? No, it won't. Blocks way to the edge of the area. Diamande stretching for it. Strike comes in from Raskin on his weaker left peg. And over the bar. And out of play for Hibernian goal kick. But once again, that's much better. Hibs just a couple of poor clearances, really. Shanklin's ball into the box wasn't dealt with. And then at the second opportunity, the clearance from Obito was straight into the feet of Diamande. As there will be a triple change, as I said. Was looking for Hibernian. Looks definitely to be that Nathan Lowe is coming on, as I said earlier. Shooter on a yellow card. That could just be a straight swap. It would be my assumption. Maybe due to him being on the yellow card as well. That would add to it. The goal scorer from the penalty spot, Josh Campbell, is going to be leaving the field as well. It looks to be basically a forward free swap as Kilge is going to be leaving the field as well. So we're for full confirmation of the 2 other substitutions along with Lowe. Once I do get that via the broadcasters, we'll bring you that, but it looks to be, as I say, just a complete swap in the forward areas. Of course, Nathan Lowe, so impressive 2 years ago in his first half of the season on loan at Walsall. 18 goals or so in the 4th tier of English football. He's only 20 years old. He's still got a long way ahead of him. Still a raw potential from Lowe, but unfortunately because of loans and stop-start loans, he's never really got going again like he did against Walsall. Raskin, ball forward to the right-hand side. Foul there, and you can just see the frustration a mile off with a bit of pushing and shoving there against Kerr. And Kerr's almost going, well, there's really need for that. He brings down Chaiwa, very silly, does Raskin. He loses his footing as well watching it back, and he might even stamp on Chaiwa's right hand. Not maliciously, because he slips, I would like to add, so nothing more's come from it. And then it was poor from him. So Wright and McGrath are on for Campbell, Shooter and Cadelge. Full confirmation of those substitutions. Apologies for the wait, as on this right hand side quickly. There will be an opportunity for Hibs to put in a free kick, very wide on the right hand side, I have to say as well. Got some really good dead ball specialist deliverers. Ball into the back six, looking for Lowe, brings it down, strike is saved off the line. But I will take the excitement out of my voice. I do believe there was a foul in the box. Yes, there was. Our camera's panned to right, looking as if it was possibly him that was the culprit in there. Lovely header back by Lowe into a dangerous area. Puts it right where you would want it. Here come Rangers, so on the counter-attack. Raskin, edge of the area, strike is saved. Nearly falls with Diamande on the rebound. He'll keep it alive. Back to Raskin. Heavy touch down the byline. He just looks at Diamande. Diamande played it back to him. Raskin didn't want the ball. He wanted Diamande to keep the attack alive. Diamande's touch was heavy and the touch was almost a pass. So unlucky as well. It didn't fall for Diamande, you'd have to say. And that's a frustration. Now watching this free kick back, it's a lovely delivery from Mayer. Ball back into the box. and it's right in the end who has the shot. Apologies, Chaiwa is a man who I believe the foul's gone against. Raskin, though, if I'm being really brutally honest, I think should have been doing much better with that attack. I think he could have played it to Diamande. The shot was quite tame from the Belgian. You can see the frustration on the face of Derek McInnes as well, you'd have to say. Right hand side, McGrath. Tackled up by Devlin, out of play for a throw-in on the left hand side. Triple change as well, you have to say, will bring fresh legs in the sense of counter-attacks. Is what you would say. I'm sure David Gray is thinking that. I'm not saying I want them to be attacking changes, but if we get a chance on a counter, fresh legs in a forward area is exactly where we need to be putting them. Obita down the left hand side. Poor touch by Wright, and out of play for a throw-in in the Rangers half. Just an hour played into the 61st minute here at Ibrox. Underwhelming first hour at Ibrox for Derek McInnes and his Rangers side. It is Rangers 0, Hibernian 1. A warm welcome and a good afternoon to unofficial, independent, off-tube studio commentary of all the action here from Ibrox. Rangers 0, Hibernian 1, as I say. Rangers have had a couple of hard chances. Their best chance was from Chimiti in that first half, where it was cleared off the line by Hibs. Hibernian took the lead in the 12th minute through Campbell's penalty. Ball forward here with ball for Shanklin. It does! Saved by Salinger off the bar and cleared away. Shanklin didn't really catch it sweetly. That probably in a way helped him, because Salinger then didn't save it as well. Perhaps a sweeter strike would have helped to save, and he saves it onto the bar. Watching the replay back as well, much better from Rangers there. It forces the corner in the second half. Rangers left to right in blue, right to left are Hibernian in green and white. So now swing into the box, header comes in, and from Rangers it's not the way. Curtis does well to win the ball. He wants a penalty, referee says no. You quarter back into the box. This is good pressure, and it's a good spell for Rangers as well. I'm sure it's something that VAR might be looking at. With the Rangers player on the deck, Naderi was the man taken out. Now forced all the way back to Pandur in the Rangers goal. You can see Devlin looking at the referee. Referee this afternoon is Don Robertson. He's had a very good game so far. I have to say, we don't always praise the referees when they have good games. We always give them a lot of stick when they have bad games. So when they have good games, you've got to give them praise as well. The game is still going on, so if there was a VAR check, I can imagine it was a very quick one, very short one. Diamande, and he's come on and he's been so lively in the middle of the fields. I feel he's a little bit all over the place in the best and worst ways at times. You know what? Brings a level of energy and electricity to the game, is what I would say. Macanya, ball forward looking for Shanklin, not enough on it. Obita, well played from the Hibernian defender, just gets in front of your quarter, lets it trickle out of play. That'll be a throw-in for Hibernian. Chance to watch his back. Header comes in. It's cleared once again off the line, actually, by Mulligan. He does well, does Naderi. Oh, he goes down under his own weight there. He's not clipped at all. Good decision by the referee, Robertson, who's in a great position as well, you'd have to say. But Hibs another, I say, off the line. I think the goalkeeper, Salinger, would have had that covered. It has to be said, it wasn't right in the corner from Fernandez. The Chimiti won. Salinger was beaten all ends up, and maybe sometimes you have these chances that don't go in the back of the net. If you are if you're Rangers, you might just think, is this just not our afternoon? It has to be said. Raskin, short into your quarter, nice turn by the summer arrival. Out to the left hand side to Diamande, early ball looking for Shanklin, it's just over his head. Clearance only to the edge of the area, and that's a better header away on the right hand side by McGrath. Diamande, short for Curtis, who comes inside and narrow. Yokota, edge of the area, out to Romans. Can he find a ball into the box? He does. Doesn't beat the first man though. It's a poor delivery. Raskin picks it up. Is he clipped at the heels there by Lowe? Yes, he is. Rangers from that free kick, though, are going to go short. Keep the attack alive. Curtis. Yokota. Nice pass centrally. Diamande dropping deep. At the moment, Diamande is trying to do it all for Rangers, and again, in the best and worst ways. He's bringing a lot of excitement to the game, as I say. So, from my point of view, I've been very pleased with the introduction of Diamande in the second half. 20 minutes played in the second half, just over 65 minutes on the clock. Still Rangers 0, Hibernian run. Yokota, lovely ball into the box. Naderi stretching, just can't get there. Inches away from Naderi getting on the end of that. He gives Yokota a thumbs up as well. Great idea from Yokota. Naderi had made that run. He's well onside. Inches away. It is one of them where if that cross is a little bit less than Naderi gets there. If Naderi made that run half a second before he's getting on the end of it. Of course, whether it's in the back of the net is a different question entirely, but I can assume as well that's what Shankland's probably seeing that movement and going, well, no one's found me in the box yet, that's my bread and butter. Rangers still in possession on the left hand side. Romans, heavy touch there from Shankland, keeps it alive and just plays it forward to Naderi. Ball forward for Hibbs. Norridon looking for Lowe. He'll find Reich. Fakes it on his right. Back onto his left. Rangers hold him up well. It's a very silly tackle coming in there from Devlin, but Hibbs are coming forward still. Diamande, good tackle there against Mulligan. Pulls it back looking for Mayer. It's cleared away off of Diamande and out for a throw-in on the right-hand side. Mulligan, great play there, driving forward. Yeah, it should have been a free kick. Great advantage there from the referee. It was too strong for Diamande. Mulligan does well to get his head up, and it would have found Mayer in the box, but it was a good deflection. And cleared away. Chaiwa spreads the ball out to Megwa. Lovely first touch as well. Out of his feet, ball into the box. Falls for right, awkwardly. Still has the ball though, just edge of the area. Obita into Mayer. Fizzes one into the box. Cleared away only as far as Curtis, and that's a better clearance away from Macania. Obita with a heavy pass out to the left-hand side, looking for Mayer. And out for a Rangers throw-in. Double change coming up now for Rangers. Raskin will be the man to make way for Asgard. And imagine that is definitely a more attacking change in Yokota, who has been very, very impressive for my liking. Looks like he's going to be coming off, and Gassama is on in place of him. So Asgard and Gassama on. Raskin and Yokota off the field of play. I feel that maybe it'll just be Devlin sitting as well. Asgard pushing a little bit further forward. Gassama will definitely add a bit more pace to that left hand side. It looks like that's where he's going to go. Diamande to the right. Yokota again for me was tremendous this Sunday afternoon, but Gassama perhaps more of that direct wing threat. Here come the two substitutions. Gassama to Asgard. Ball into the box is blocked away. Out for a throw, which Asgard takes quickly into Romens. Gassama cuts inside, still going down the byline, showing his pace and power. Pulls it back to Asgard on his right boot. Floats one into the back sticks looking for Shankland. He's battling for the ball with two Hibs players. Still has it. Diamande's strike is blocked away. Megwa has to hoof it out. Will it go for a throw-in? Yes, it will. McGrath can't quite keep it in play. Good spell for Rangers here, putting pressure on Hibs. Ball down the byline. Devlin keeps it alive. Naderi saved. Shankland's shot is blocked away for a corner. I thought that was a goal there for Shankland. I thought that for the Rangers skipper was one apiece. Hasn't gone right for him this afternoon. They want maybe a penalty on Devlin as well. Lovely run from Devlin down the byline. I think it's a shoulder to shoulder because he does well to poke it forward. Naderi forces it's a great save, and Shankland, well, unless someone's been given, I'm sure his shot was blocked away. Even on the replay, it was definitely blocked away by Mayer. So something must have been given. Looks like it's a free kick for something, I'm not too sure. Salinger boots it long to the right hand side. What a chance that was. Again, Rangers are putting together some really good stuff, and when they found that final ball, the Dairy shot was saved well, but it was an awkward angle. I think the Dairy did really well to adapt and his body, move his body in a way to get that shot off, and shot on target as well. I was rather impressed by that. Shanklin, I just felt maybe he was stretching for it. I'm not too sure. Rangers are going to push till the very last second though. But time, you feel, maybe just becoming their enemy at the moment. Asgard pokes it past his man, but Kerr gets in front of him and blocks it away. Long ball forward, looking for Lowe. Headed away by Fernandez, only as far as McGrath, who puts it out of play for a throw-in. And then McGrath goes down, saying that maybe there was a bit of afters after it went out for a throw-in. Just watching it back, it's played off of Romans, and he lets it play. Devlin goes over. He's chasing the ball, for McGrath to try and stop the ball coming out of play. McGrath did well just get his body in the way. I don't know if Devlin catches him by the boot. He went down holding the back of his left heel. So maybe he caught him and the cameras didn't pick that up. Well, Hibs have the ball from the throw-in curve. It's a lovely, nice first-time pass out to Obita. Mayer down the line to right. He's battling away with McCanya. Still going at it. The Rangers defender does well. Does extremely well as he wins a free kick right inside his own corner flag quadrant almost, but he did ever so well to stop right there. Of course, looking at the changes both sides can make, Rangers still have one to make and a block. Hibs made that triple change, and they've got two changes and two blocks to make it as well. So, see, maybe a substitution could bring some life into it. Gassama picking up some pace, driving forward. It's brought down, but the referee says advantage. Diamande will pick it up. Still going. Has Asgard to his left-hand side. Cuts back, goes Asgard now onto his left. Romans acting as almost a winger at this point. Ball into the box. Header is back up into the air. Naderi back into a dangerous area. Hibs deal with it well. Mayer picks it up. Fizzes it down the touchline, and all it will go back to a Rangers player. Might have even gone out for a throw-in, if I'm being honest, from Mayer's clearance. As the broadcast does just cut to Derek McInnes. Ante Fernandez was walking a little bit gingerly. There's a bit of a grimace on his face as well, so I'm not quite sure what that's all about. Maybe that's the last change that they're going to make, take Fernandez off, but I feel unless you have to, from set pieces, Fernandez is an absolute beast of an individual. 6'6" of him and all. Would be a free kick against Rangers, but that free kick goes long by Hibs anyway. And out for a goal kick, which is taken quickly by Pandur. Of course, unfortunately, the former Hull City man still waiting for his first clean sheets as Rangers number one. Bit of a swap there between the two sides. Butland from Rangers to Hull, swapping the top flight of Scotland for the top flight of England. And of course, the Hull will be playing football in the top flight. Of course, one opening day trip, that'll be against Manchester United. So Butland from playing in Scotland to England now, and Pandur quite the opposite, from England into Scotland. Diamande into Gassama, 74 minutes on the clock. Time is really becoming the enemy now for Rangers. Curtis looks for a 1-2 with Shanklin, gets the ball over the top, but Curtis is just chasing it down, or being to lose his footing, trying to keep it in play. Has that gone out for a corner? Definitely for a throw-in. Obita, he's done well if he has kept that in play to almost nearly rolled out for a corner, so he's done well to keep it just a throw-in. because that's what the linesman has given. Taken by Curtis into Diamande. Curtis. He's got Naderi as an option. Asgard, he scored their equaliser against Dundee United. Into Shanklin, plays it back to the edge of the area. He's battling for it too still. Diamande comes away with it. Asgard can't get out of his feet. Good tackle there by McGrath, but a heavy touch from said tackle. Means that Robbins comes over, wins it well. Out to Asgard, who has Gassama on that left-hand side. I feel that's an overload there if they want to use it with the three of them. Asgard's going to drive forward, goes for a strike at goal. Just over the bar there from the Rangers midfielder. He hits it with some force. He's got a really top strike technique on him. How he hits the ball, it's fantastic from Asgard. Substitute coming up for Hibernian. Paslak is coming on for Megworth. That's just a like-for-like substitution. Fresh legs, you would feel, as well, in a defensive setting. Paslak has started the last two, the opener against Motherwell and on Thursday evening in Europe against Skendia. Of course, now Hibs, as I said, they did lose to Motherwell a week ago. Well, this time, as I say, it was basically same time kick-off as well at Easter Road. So at the moment, not just their first points of the league season, their first 3 points as well. So that'll be a shock as Rangers still looking for their first 3. Of course, they drew 1 apiece with Dundee United in their opener. Ball forward, McGrath goes for an effort, never catches it, drags it wide, and Rangers will get the ball back. Shanklin, first time, nice pass out to Curtis. The left hand side has such an overload, and Curtis is all alone on that right hand side. Diamande comes to help out. Asgard, first time pass from Devlin to Fernandez. Macanya will swing one into the box, looking for Gassama, and he's going to go through the back there of the man who's just come on. Paslak, the former Dortmund man. Well, his first port of call is to be fouled by Gassama. You can see it coming a mile away, ball comes in, Gassama goes through the back of him. Free kick for Hibs inside their own penalty area. Let's have a look at some statistics. 75% possession for Rangers. 18 shots, 6 on target. Hibs, 7 shots, 1 on target. Of course, that was from the penalty spot. I know not everyone's a lover of XG, but 1.53 in favour of Rangers, 1.68 for Hibernian. Of course, that 1.68, a lot of that will weigh heavy on the penalty from Campbell. Gassama down the left-hand side, takes it past Paslak, ball into the box to Derry, he's reaching for it, it'll go wide. Once again, a near chance, a half chance if you want to call it that. Gassama, great play to take it past his man down the byline. If fizzes one in, you just feel if Naderi is a little bit more aware to the situation, because he's stretching for it. But I also feel that as a substitution will be made, McCrory is going to be coming on for Curtis, so more of an out-and-out right-back now. Another summer arrival from Bristol City, of course, McCrory. Played a lot as wing-back as well in their 3-4-3 system for the Robins. So more of a natural right-back now and more fresh legs, so they've played their card, they've played their hand. Have Rangers and Derek McInnes, all 5 subs. Again, just watching that replay back, as I say about Naderi, he is stretching for it, but I feel if he's a bit more alive to where Gassama might put it, it is more of, well, it's probably a tap-in, if I'm being bluntly honest. Lovely turn by Wright, swings it out to the right-hand side to Paslak. Looks to roll it down the line, looking for a 1-2 with Wright, but not enough on it from Paslak. Ball forward for Shanklin, chests it down nicely. Ball forward from Devlin is a good one for Naderi. Ball forward, it'll find low, it was one fizzed into his feet, so it's a heavy touch. He has it on the right hand side, looking to drive into the penalty area. Cross comes in, deflected away by Fernandez. Mulligan Pulls a cross into the box, way too much on it, leaning back, just trying to dink it into the back post there. Was Mulligan, but too much on it. And once again, it's a goal kick, which once again, they've gone short, have the host, Romans. Leicester side, Gassama's been another good introduction from the bench, you'd have to say, from McInnes. Swings one to the right-hand side. Great idea, just not enough on it, poor execution. Lovely turn and touch there from McGrath. Plays it to the left-hand side, low, first time into Chaiwa. Not a great pass, Manhanya. Of course, he's partnered Fernandez this afternoon. I said it earlier at kick-off, I do feel they're a little bit short at the back, maybe. Rangers, of course, had Godfrey. He picked up a muscle injury. Looks like he's out at least maybe 4 to 6 weeks, anywhere in that time frame. Diamande to left hand side to Romans. 80 minutes have been played here at Ibrox. Less than 10 to go. Rangers 0, Hibernian 1. Unofficial independent off-tube studio commentary of all the action. Ball into the box. Asgard comes away with it. Can't find a striker. Samado's blocked away by Obita. And out for another corner. You just feel that, and it has happened, even if they beat the goalkeeper as Chimiti did, they can't beat this Hibernian backline with blocks. Nearly fell kindly for Asgard. But he did it. It was the right decision to play it to Gassama. And as I said, in this second half, left to right are Rangers, right to left are Hibernian. So from the far side, an in-swinger will come in off the right boot of Gassama. Decent delivery in. Looking for the flick on there was Asgard, blocked away by Wright. So only out for another in-swinging type corner, unless Asgard is going to take this. Yes, he is. So still will be an in-swinger. It will be from the man who scored the only league goal for Rangers so far. Different type of delivery into the back six for Fernandez. Back across the face of goal in the 6-yard box. Hibbs clear it on as far as the edge of the area for Diamande. Strike comes in and that's blocked away. Mayer and Diamande will clash for it, and Mayer's the one who comes away with it. Counter-attack is on here. Devlin trying to get back. A big crunching tackle from Devlin. Wins the ball as well. He flies in for a sliding tackle, and in doing so plays it off of Mayer. Wonderful timing from the former Hearts man. As we're just seeing pictures, there's a ball when I play, I believe, for a throw-in, I thought, for Rangers. McCrory is still down in the penalty area. I'm not quite sure. Just in a replay, I'm not quite sure. We'll see a replay now. Mayer coming forward. It's a big tackle from Devlin. He gets it spot on, time to perfection. I don't know if maybe McCrory, who goes up for a header, he might catch an elbow or something along those lines. So he's not been on the field for a while. He's getting medical attention. He's got a right shiner under his left eye, so they will be careful, of course, in terms of a possible concussion substitute as well. So there is a pause in play. A couple of staff members are getting the gels onto the field of play, getting some fluids on, trying to get any last-minute tactical analysis on as well. Also getting a few footballs on the pitch to keep them, I think, a little bit warm and active, as I say, as we are just about to get back away. So a very, very, very short hydration break, if you would like to call it that. So he will have to leave the field, Will McCrory. So he's just taken one under the eye. Watch it back here, Fernandez. It's a lovely header back into a dangerous area. Well, he goes up for the header with Wright, and he's just behind Callum Wright, and they both go up and they both go for the header, and he heads the back of the head of Wright, and he's the one who's definitely come off worse there. So it looks like he'll be able to continue. He's, as I say, the right shiner under his left eye, on his left cheek almost. Will the former Robins fullback. So he's off the field for the moment, but Rangers are going to come forward looking for an equaliser late on. Poor pass out there from Paslak. Asgard into the feet of Gassama. Can he find a ball into the box, down the byline? Fizzes it in, and it's in the back of the net. Gassama and Asgard substitutions have come on and made the difference here at Ibrox. McCrory off the field. Well, 10-men Rangers have found the back of the net. It's Gassama's ball into the box. I want to say that a Rangers player hasn't put it in the back of the net. I think it's deflected off over a Hibernian midfielder. And I want to say it's Miguel Chaiwa who's put it in the back of his own net. Poor pass out from Paslak. Asgard picked it up, drove forward, did Gassama, pulls back a wicked effort, and it is off the right boot of Chaiwa. He's stretching. He's out. His left leg, it's just stretched out. And, well, it's a lovely finish from a Rangers point of view. Heartbreak for Hibs in these final few minutes. 85 on the clock now. Well, back in May at Ibrox, in one of the final league games of the 25-26 season, Hibs did win 2-1. That scoreline is completely on. But at the moment, perhaps it will be a 2-1 scoreline for Rangers. Chaiwa's own goal gives hope now for Derek McInnes' side. On the stroke of the 85th minute is when that goal went in. Could they go and grab a quick fire second? Throwing on the left hand side, Asgard. It was thrown quickly into him. It was a poor throw-in. And Asgard attempted to keep it in play, but just couldn't in the end. And it rolls out for a goal kick. So 86 minutes on the clock. 4 of the 90 left to go. Both managers, well, David Gray looks a lot more cool, calm and collected than Derek McInnes, who's, I can imagine, sweated through that Rangers suit this afternoon. It's been a glorious afternoon at Ibrox, and it is one apiece between the two sides. I'm sure Rangers will think we've got enough time to go forward and grab a second. I'm sure Hibs are thinking, right, can we hold out now? I think the biggest question, Rangers will keep coming and coming until the very last second of this game, until Don Robertson blows his whistle. The big thing will be how much added time's going to be given on Gassama down the left-hand side. He's clipped at the heels, and the referee will bring it back for a free kick. Paslak, well, he gave the ball away for Asgard. Well, for the goal, he was a poor clearance and picked up by Asgard, played it to Gassama, and he gives away the free kick there. Diamande wants to go quickly, and to Devlin, and back out to Gassama. Nice overlapping run from Romens. Ball into the box, floated in for Shanklin, whose header is saved. It'll be kept alive by McCrory into the back sticks. Paslak will clear this one away. So great clearance. Fernandez gets on the end of it. It will go back to the goalkeeper, Pandeur, in the end. That was a great save. And Shanklin, who, as I would say, I know he's a great player, but he struggled this afternoon. That would have been what a time to go and get your first competitive goal for your new side, for the club captain. Romens, we know he's got a great delivery on him. That's exactly what he did there. It was just a world-class save from Salinger in the end, but this left-hand side, that's where Rangers want to come forward, and they'll do it once again. Diamande into Romens down the left-hand side. He's battling away, poked away by the duo of Paslak and Wright. 88 minutes on the clock, less than 2 of the 90 to go. Long throw-in comes in. Shanklin holds it up well, looking for Asgard. He can't bring it down though. Cleared away. Devlin wins it back in the middle. Romens looking for Diamande. Asgard loses his footing there, and Hibernian clear it well away. Asgard is furious with the referee Don Robertson. He thought that his shirt was pulled and it should have been a free kick. One afternoon so far at Ibrox. Campbell's 12-minute penalty give Hibs the lead for so long in this game. Chaiwa's 85th minute own goal after great play down the left from Gassama sets us up for a grandstand finish here at Ibrox, as it looks to be that the hand's already been shown by McInnes. All 5 changes being made by him. Hibs now going to make their 5th and final change, as Elding is going to be coming on for Aaron Mayer. And Elding, the new signing over the summer, coming in from Sligo Rovers. He did score the opener on Thursday evening at Easter Road, but Hibs 1-0 up until Skendia came back to make it 1 apiece. Ball forward, Shankland trying to find Adair in the box. He does well to flick it over O'Hara. Well, then O'Hara responds with a great piece of defensive play. Ball forward to Lowe. Nods it down to the fresh legs of Elding. He's driving forward. He's only got Lowe to his right. He was going to the left. And Rangers in blue jerseys got back to their credit and will come forward. You feel that Elding's been brought on to just bring fresh legs and pace on a counter-attack. Yes, defending, try and win the ball, no doubt about it, but feels that if we can get a counter-attack, we want you to drive forward. McCrory on the right-hand side delivers a lovely ball into the box. No one there in a blue jersey. And it goes all the way through the box and out for a throw-in for Hibernian. 90 minutes have been played here. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Is that enough for either side to find a winner? Watching back the Shankland chance. Lovely ball in from Romans. If anything, it's a little bit behind Shankland on the replay as well. So I think Shankland will ever so well to be going backwards and get that much power on the header. Great save though from Salinger, who's had an outstanding game for Hibernian in goal, and he's only been beaten by his own teammate in Chiwa. So of course, coming into this game, Hibernian no clean sheet in their last 13. The last clean sheet they kept was on the 4th of April in a 3-0 win against Kilmarnock. Well, no clean sheet in 14 for the visitors. Ball into the box, falling for Naderi. McCrory keeps it alive to Asgard. Edge of the area looking for Devlin, just overhit. They'll keep the attack up. Macania, right hand side, ball into the box, deflected away. Only question, is it a throw-in or a corner for the host? 90 seconds into stoppage time. It will be a corner. It will be Asgard. It will be from the near side. Both arms in the air, and it will be an outswinger from the man who was playing football in North America over the summer. Headed away on as far as Devlin. About halfway into the Hibs half. Romans out to Gassama, cuts inside on his right boot, drives one in, saved by the feet of Salinger. Don't know if that was a shot, cross, can someone get on the end of it? I'm sure he just wanted it to find the back of the net. Elding. Could Hibs hit on a counter-attack here? Shiwa picks out a long pass. Paslak into Lowe, out to the right-hand side. Could Hibs nick it? Shot comes in on the edge of the area, and they do! Hibernian right makes it 2-1, as Rangers were pushing ever since the equaliser, but it will go against them. Hibs won in May, 2-1 at Ibrox. And that looks like the scoreline in which they will win this afternoon. A swift, clinical counter-attack. Callum Wright's strike wasn't a great one. It was a bobbling effort on his left boot. Credit to Hibs, though, that got bodies forward. Those fresh legs and attack the likes of Lowe, Elding, who just come on, Paslak. They found the passes for the counter-attack. Shiwa, well, the man who scored that own goal, he made it all possible with a lovely ball into the feet of Paslak into Lowe. Then found Wright on the right side, cut back in on his left boot. Great run from Paslak to find space. Elding was in there, Lowe was in there, but it's Wright's strike. Might have even taken a hint of a deflection, watching a few replays back as well. They won't care as they've regained their lead. It does take a deflection. It was on target, but the bubble coming off of the outstretched left boot, unfortunately, of Romans. And the former Wigan and Plymouth man gets his first ever goal for Hibernian. He joined on a free transfer this summer. As Rangers come forward, strike comes in from Shankland, blocked away. Well, we've had late drama already here at Ibrox with Hibernian scoring a second and taking the lead. Good day. We have more drama. Ball into the box from McCrory. Shankland keeps it alive. Edge of the area as he brought down. Referee says no, but they'll win it back. Romans out to McCrory. It's a heavy pass. McCrory will do well to keep it in play. McGrath pokes it out for a throw-in. We played to 4 minutes of stoppage time. Of course, that goal came. Hibernian second did come in stoppage time, so you've got to add at least maybe another 30 seconds to a minute on. McCrory on the right, swings when it's a poor cross, dealt with at the back. Out to Romans on the edge of the area. Diamande into Fernandez. Left-hand side, Gassama. Floats one into the box. Shanklin back into a dangerous area. Header on target is saved by Salinger. And that will probably be that at Ibrox. It was Naderi's leaping effort. It was on target. David Gray just saying, calm down to everyone. Boot this as far as you can. Raphael Salinger. And we'll be picking up our first 3 points of the season. And back-to-back 2-1 victories. One in Europe at home, one away at Ibrox, and back-to-back victories against Rangers. And back-to-back wins at Ibrox. Ball trickles all the way through to Pandur, who will clear his lines. But that, will be that. Derek McInnes, a glum face on his first appearance as Rangers boss at Ibrox. And Hibernian have spoiled his afternoon. They held the lead for so long with Campbell's penalty strike in the 12th minute. They pushed and pushed, they huffed and they puffed, but they couldn't get the winner. They got an equaliser after great play from Gassama down the left. Unfortunately, Chaiwo with an outstretched leg found the back of his own net, but then a clinical counter just minutes into stoppage time. Finished off by Wright after it did take a slight deflection from Romans, and it found the bottom corner. As Rangers still search for their first win of the season. They drew against Dundee United. They lost to Jaga on a Thursday evening in Poland. Now they've got to turn their sights to the home tie in Europe against Jaga. But Hibernian, they scored late with O'Hara to beat Skendia on Thursday evening at Easter Road. They've got another late goal this evening as well. As I said, Rangers will turn focus to Europe on Thursday, so will Hibernian, but they will celebrate long into the night as they go back-to-back 2-1 victories at Ibrox. They won here in May 2-1, and thanks to Wright's stoppage time goal, they win 2-1 this afternoon as well, as they pick up their first 3 points of the league season. What a game at Ibrox. It's finished Rangers 1, Hibernian 2.